Well, first of all, Paul Lusk has done an unbelievable job with a young team. To have them competing as hard as they're competing with the way they started the season is a real credit to Paul and his coaching staff. That's one of the more difficult things to do in coaching, is to have a team continue to believe when things don't go well, especially when you have a young team. So, I mean, they fought us that first half, and we made a few adjustments. Fortunately, we went to the triangle and two, and they missed shots, and we were able to get the rebound. And then, Doug got on an unbelievable roll. One that you don't see real often in college basketball. And when that happens with him, we kind of get him the ball and get out of his way and let him play. And he was outstanding. And Jahenns to my right, I thought, did a great job on Anthony. Anthony is playing as good as any guard in the league right now. And Jahenns really made his looks and his catches difficult. So a good win for us.
Questions for the student athletes?
Doug, can you describe what that second half was like for you?
Just one of those. I was just in the zone. I mean, everything was going in, and my teammates just kind of saw that, and they kept giving me the ball. So, I mean, it's what it's like when you play with a bunch of unselfish guys and had it rolling. And I mean, got to give them credit. They were really physical. I was just hitting some shots that are tough.
You had come out with that in the last 4 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, blame it on him.
Have you felt like that before, Doug? Have you been in that spot before?
Not very often. I mean, that's one of the better games I've ever played in my life. I mean, so it just feels good. It feels better just to get the win on the road. It's a good team, really well coached, got a really bright future. So that's what feels the best, just coming out of here with a win.
I guess from a teammate's perspective, Jahenns, could you describe what it was like watching Doug out there tonight?
I kind of felt like a spectator for a second there, especially on the offensive end. As soon as I crossed half court, I just kind of picked a spot on the court, stood there, and just watched Doug do what Doug does. I mean, he's obviously extremely humble, but I've seen him do that a couple times before. It reminded me a lot of what he did at Bradley last year when he had 44. So again, as his teammates, when you see a guy kind of get in the zone like that, Coach Mack said you just kind of give him the ball, kind of get out of his way and see if he could carry the team, and he definitely did that for the first 3.5, 4 minutes, and it really set the tone starting the second half.
Talk about what you tried to do against Downing.
I mean, Coach Murphy really, had him scouted out to perfection. He knew all his tendencies. He had me, come in and watch some extra film on what he likes to do best, where he likes to catch the ball and what his primary and secondary moves are. And my job as a defender is just try to take that away as much as I can. Again, with guys like him and playing as well he's been playing of late, it's not a one-man effort to stop him. It's a total team effort. And anytime I got lost, I had guys behind me that were ready to challenge the shot. And when I was on the bench, guys like Nevin and Avery came and did a tremendous job on him to kind of keep his looks to a minimum. So, I'm definitely not going to take all the credit for it. It's a total team effort to stop something like that.
Doug, whenever Creighton Missouri State get together, it seems like it's always some sort of classic game. Obviously, you got away from them in the second half, but you kind of feel the energy, especially in that first half. You guys kind of describe sort of the atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean, they've beat Creighton the last 6 or 7. Coming into this game, they beat us 6 out of 7 times. So, I mean, they've always had our number, and, I mean, we came in here really focused because we knew they were real capable. It's different not having Weems out there anymore, but they're still a really good team, and I think they're going to be good for a while here.
Talk about the job you had the task of guarding Thurman tonight, and Thurman, a freshman, started to get some playing time. What can you say about guarding him?
He's really good. He's really skilled. He'll get even stronger, I'm sure, as he gets older. But he's got a great feel for the game. Doesn't talk at all. I mean, he's just out there playing hard. So got a lot of respect for him, and I think he's going to be a great player.
2 more for the student athletes.
Can you talk a little bit about closing the first half with the run you guys did to kind of get that lead, and then what you did to the start of the second half?
Yeah, I mean, it was a slow start, kind of the way they were playing, kind of grinding us out, and we haven't seen that too much this year, so I think we were a little rattled at first with a really good crowd here, really loud, and I think we kind of settled in a little more, and we're more patient with our cuts and locked in a little more defensively, and that kind of carried over to the second half to start.
there any one shot of that second half barrage that you remember more than any of the rest?
I mean, probably just that face-up three. That's probably when I knew I was kind of in the zone. So, I mean, just one of those nights. I mean, I'm going to have nights where I don't score that much, but I mean, tonight was just one of those nights, and got to credit my teammates and coaches for putting me in the right positions.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll stay with head coach Greg McDermott, and we'll take questions for Coach.
Coach, was there any part of you that wanted to leave Tennessee to get a career high?
I didn't, I had no idea how many points he had, so, you know, so the answer to that is no. You know, we don't want anybody to get hurt in a game that's a 20-point game, and we've got other guys that we want to get out the floor and get some minutes when they have an opportunity, so that never crossed my mind.
Compare it to the 44 he got against Bradley. Can you?
You know, Bradley was a up and down game. You know, Doug just scored 39 in a 56 possession game, so that's the difference. You know, his efficiency was off the charts, and you know that's by far the fewest possessions we've played all year. You know, Paul played the way he had to play. We had to guard 25 seconds almost every possession, at least. Sometimes it was more than that, oftentimes. So we never really were able to get the transition baskets that are so important to us because Missouri State did such a good job of taking those away. But you know, the fact that he did it on so many fewer possessions than we usually play is pretty impressive.